for ways to get more clients as a photographer. In this video, I will share 8 ways that have helped me attract more photography clients. In this video, I'm going to talk through some of the marketing strategies that have worked well for me in getting my name out and getting my clients. I started my wedding photography business in 2010 and decided to then pivot over to commercial photography under my new married name, Nicole, a couple of years ago. At the moment, I'm still straddling both worlds and working a whole ton, but I do really like it. Who knows what it'll be in the future, whether I'll switch all the way to commercial, but at the moment, I really like doing both. I'm going to share some of these strategies that have worked really well in getting me both wedding and family clients, as well as commercial and corporate clients. The first, and I think it's the easiest, is to network with people that have an overflow of work. Offer them help, whatever you're good at. I always like free assisting, photographing, or filming behind the scenes content for them, free gear schlepper, just moving stuff. Be of value to them. Make sure that you are able to show off that you are a capable, nice, trustworthy human. When I first started in 2010, I emailed over 50 wedding photographers in Boston. I customized emails, I tried to research them a little bit, and I wanted to just say hello. I wanted to buy them coffee, carry bags, whichever. Only 2 responded to my email, but they were wonderful and amazing and generous. They introduced me to their networks. They were just amazing humans, and I am so thankful for them. Fast forward to now, 2022, I receive about 600 wedding inquiries per year, and I clearly can't take them all. So I always refer to the people that I know, like, and trust. I get a lot of emails from new photographers saying, oh, I'd really like to shadow you. I'd really like to be your second photographer, and that's wonderful. But in the wedding world, you are a giant liability for me if I bring you on as a second. So for that reason, I'm very selective in choosing my seconds. If there were an engagement session and somebody said, hey, do you mind if I photograph some behind the scenes content for you so you can use them? Absolutely. My underlying thought is be of value, be helpful to them, get to know them genuinely as a person. 2, collaboration. And now, yes, a lot of people will think, oh, collaboration is about free work. And yes, I have done that is free. And not necessarily for exposure, but more for relationship building. On the wedding side, they're called styled shoots, and I would say that is pretty much like planning a miniature wedding. I've always partnered up with a wedding planner, usually one is that's also building up a portfolio. Together, we would create mood boards, we would find wedding vendors that we really wanted to work with or that we've worked with in the past that we've really enjoyed. We'd find a location or a venue. We'd even hire like a wedding couple, whether it's a couple of friends or real models, and we would create just like this mini wedding scene just so we could photograph it and share it on social, on a blog, maybe even for publication. Usually all wedding vendors will contribute their time and effort without any exchange for money. But as always, I would clarify with everybody that's involved if there is money exchanged, if there are reimbursements for travel or kit fees or anything like that. I always like to have a written agreement so that there's full transparency or a really clear conversation and then a follow-up write-up afterwards. On the commercial side, I still do test shoots almost monthly. Test shoots are pretty much just styled shoots except on the commercial corporate side. I would say that the 2 things that elevate portfolios are an amazing location and amazing models. Like weddings, I will ask people to collaborate with me to really up the game on production. Hairstylists, makeup artists, wardrobe stylists, etc. And if I need to, I'll even pay out of pocket to purchase specific outfits or props or access specific locations. To find models, I've had really great luck contacting modeling agencies who either have fresh faces or new talent that's looking to build up their portfolio. And my message is usually something along the lines of, hi, my name's Nicole, because it's commercial. Here's the date, time, location, the concept of my shoot. Here are the people that are already involved, and here's my goal for the shoot. Then they usually will then ask their models who is available, who's interested, and then send them to select who I'd like to photograph with. On the flip side, I would not underestimate photographing real people as well. You can grab, whether you're working with new talent or friends, sometimes you'll be doing a lot of direction anyway. Be where your clients can see you. Being social on social is the key here. Instagram and Facebook have been amazing for my wedding work. I follow hashtags on Instagram that couples use when they're recently engaged. I comment, I throw a bunch of emojis there, I ask questions, I try to be helpful. People say that LinkedIn is amazing. I've been using it for a couple of months. It's not my favorite platform, but I'm going to stick with it for a few more months before I give up. If you photograph a couple at a specific venue for a collaboration, the 4th is paying for listings. For weddings, you've got Wedding Wire, The Knot. Some people in certain markets and certain price points have said great things, not so great things, but at the end of the day, it's marketing dollars. And if it's trackable, That's ideal. On the commercial side, you've got lots of listings like Wonderful Machine, Workbook, Boulevard, all sorts of places. The fifth is paying for digital marketing. And the easiest ones that are most obvious are Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google. My advice to you would be to make sure that, again, everything is trackable, traceable, that you get your return on investment, and that there are a lot of different companies that will do things in different ways, whether they create a funnel for you, landing pages, whether they tweak often. There's also a benefit to maybe hiring a professional, having them teach you, and then you run your own for a little bit, because sometimes the retainer fee to maintain it monthly can be a little steep. Grain of salt, sometimes they're really effective, sometimes they're not. Number 6, joining networking groups. There are so many groups for wedding vendors, everything from the National Association for Catering and Events to specific wedding group related ones. But then there's also non-industry specific ones like B&I, when there's one person per category. But then there are ones that have nothing to do with photography at all and are based on small business owners or Chamber of Commerce's in your areas, or referral groups like B&I. Lots of ways to go out and meet people, and I do find, again, one-on-one connections are fantastic. No like and trust factor. The next is direct email and being helpful. To ask for a meeting, to offer to bring a smoothie, to be genuinely interested in the person that you're emailing and how you can help. For commercial, I find that the best luck is directly emailing people that are in the right jobs to hire photographers. And then I try to pop up frequently in places that they might see me, which usually is, again, on social. I personally like Instagram, but there are a lot of other platforms that can use. One of my journalism friends told me that an email doesn't really count unless you send 2 emails, so sometimes a follow-up might be necessary. I err on the side of this because I get a lot of emails. I tend to be really good at email, but I get very annoyed if someone sends me 3, 4, 5 emails. I get really annoyed when it's a mass email. So whenever possible, actually it's always possible, to personalize the email to say, hey, I'm sending an email to you for a specific reason. I really want to get to know you. Number 8 is creating valuable content to your audience. Now this is the long game, but everything from creating content about your favorite wedding venues and why they're your favorites and where you would shoot. Behind the scenes of shoot to see what it would be like to work with you if you're familiar working with a creative director, an art director, wardrobe stylists. More content about how you've problem solved through things. Anything that can be helpful to other people to read. It might be great for SEO, might be great for social and like short form, like a TikTok or a reel. All of those are wonderful. Those are my tips on how to get some of your first clients. It takes a lot of work. Things won't happen overnight, but I do hope that you will put in the effort. And if you have any questions or have any other tips that you found that were useful to you, drop in the comments. I will 100% respond. Thank you. Bye.